All right, we rolling here? Nice. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's episode, I want to go over the full East versus West 14 card from bottom to top. And while we're doing this, I'm going to rip up a workout. I do have to work in about 2 hours, so I'm going to try and condense this video into hopefully a good hour session. For those who are tuning in who have never been on my channel, I usually kind of just do a workout, and in between my sets, I throw in some non-copyright sounds music. But in today's video, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna run through matches, hit up a pull, well, not a pull, it's gonna be a back pressure and cupping workout, and just talk about the matches, because as you guys know, East versus West 14 was an absolute banger, and it's something I'm just excited to talk about. I do have a few key points I want to talk about, but we are just going to jump right into the workout. So today, I think we are going to be working with the wrist wrench, the Mr. Devon cupping tool to simulate some strap work, Alex's handle. I finally have figured it out. It's Alex Cordecha, not Alex Top Roll. And then I think we are going to do some dual forearm cupping. And then of course we have the Mazarenko strap for some direct back pressure. I'll let you guys know the weights that I'm using so you guys can just follow along. As for reference too, in the future I do plan on getting some type of a board. Can you guys see? Yeah, something that's probably gonna sit here or here. I'm thinking a blackboard with a white marker, the inverse, just for I just like the look of it. And I'm going to write down my back pressure numbers, pronation numbers, just something very easy for you guys to actually see. Okay, I'm gonna try not to ramble on too much here. I'm gonna finish off my pre-workout. I just hit the sauna. I'm hungry, so in between my sets, I'm gonna slap in some protein because I have to work in 2 hours and I'm hungry and have to get this done. Okay, let's just get into the video. I know it's a little bit chaotic. I do apologize. I'm gonna set up this here, put the handles to the side, get the matches up, and we will talk about it. I do want to point out too, the last video that I did do, it was a topic that I knew was going to hit some people probably the wrong way. It kind of did, but I had support mostly on my side of things. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check out the video that's previous to this one. 6 people as of now, since yesterday, have subscribed. And there's a lot of comments. So you guys are liking what I'm doing. Definitely more content like that coming along. Okay, let's take a sip. Ugh. There's like mixed of old collagen and greens and mixed them with this. And leftover pre-workout from the sauna. Okay, I'm gonna try not to ramble on here. Let's get the matches up. So I'm gonna go on to Gold's Arm, because that's usually where the past events are. And I'm actually going to talk about the matches. I'm legitimately going to talk about it. One, I'm going to see if I can put this up a little bit more. Nope, other way. And also, disclaimer, that mic is going to die, so I'm going to be checking it periodically to make sure that I'm not talking and it's actually blank for you guys. Okay, past events. Show all 17 matches. Show the results. Okay. I guess we're going to start with the first match, which is Ryan Ballinger versus Raymond Leiens. How do you guys say his name? For some reason, I can never say his name. I also have 45 pounds on here, so we'll do a set and we'll get into it. Ooh, geez. And if you guys don't believe me, well, I'm extremely weak, so I can't lift much more than this. There isn't any strict rules on this. We're just gonna go with some direct back pressure. Okay, now that we have some blood flow. So, first match of the night was Raymond Leiens. Okay, let's just pretend like I'm saying it properly, versus Ryan the Bull Ballinger. So, Ryan wins 3-0, and going into this match, I had Raymond just winning, just because I'm a big fan of his, and I'm not seriously familiar with Ryan. But Ryan dominated. I mean, from the get-go, it was instantly hook, drag Raymond's over, and Raymond's couldn't do nothing. It was really nothing. The first match starts where it's almost like Raymond wants to hit, but instead of actually going for the hit, he tries to kind of catch him. And then as he gets into this position, which, as you guys know, Raymond's is extremely good, he get a holding, and then he gets into a deep hook, and then he drags his opponent. And that's actually what happened to himself. Ryan literally just caught him and dragged him, pulled him over, and to be honest, the match wasn't really that competitive. Obviously, you guys know Raymond's national champion Latvia, but Ryan from the States, what are you gonna do to this guy? This guy just absolutely ran him over. In my opinion, wasn't competitive at all. He wins 3-0. I have more respect for Ryan moving forward. Okay, let's see what this set's gonna do. So we're still 45. I'm gonna try to do it more in like a Travis Beija style, where I'm gonna kind of go up, and it's gonna be more top pressure. So a lot of the pressure on the exterior forearm here, the brachialis, don't quote me, they could be wrong, but I'm gonna attempt to, instead of lean back, I'm actually gonna come up forward. So let's just do a set here. Oh yeah, it hits so different. Woo! I think I might stick with 45 pounds. And the pre-workout's making me extremely itchy. I got out of the sauna, drove home. I haven't showered yet. So I'm itchy from the sauna, and I'm also itchy from the pre-workout. As you guys can tell, this video is probably gonna take a while. So I hope you either have a coffee, a tea, you're ready to just chill out because it's gonna be a minute. So second match of the night, we have left arm Jonathan Brea versus Aymeric Pradines. Man, this is actually a very interesting match. Jonathan Brea goes up 2-0 on Aymeric Pradines, and this is actually what my previous video that I made was on. Very controversial, well, not in my opinion, it's just controversial overall. So like I said, if you haven't seen that video, seriously, go put it, go check it out, or I'll just leave it in the description link below. But anyways, to get on with the match, so Jonathan Brea goes up 2-0. He ends up winning the first 2 matches by top roll. They both go in the strap. Well, they go in the strap both matches. And then something happens, and this is, well, I'm not even gonna go down this rabbit hole because if you guys wanna see my opinion, my thoughts, all this stuff, just go watch the previous video. But a purposely fouled elbow comes off. Like Pradines literally just lifts his elbow and looks at the ref. I'm just gonna talk about all this a little bit later, not in this video, but later on. There's something that come up. And then, of course, the tides turn. Pradines comes up to win 3-2. An absolute crazy set of matches, and it wasn't easy. Pradines didn't just come back, you know, the big legend from France. He didn't just come back and smoke Jonathan Brea. No, it was extremely close. But soon as Pradines did that elbow foul and purposely came off, the tides turned. And you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to talk about it any further, but I just want you guys to know I don't necessarily agree with it. But yeah, Pradines wins 3-2, Jonathan Brea. Crazy match. If you guys haven't seen it, I suggest you look it up somewhere on YouTube to see if you can find it, because it was a crazy, crazy match. I'm going to turn you guys to this side, and I'm also going to check the mic. Let's see how we doing. Okay, yes, we still somehow have the mic going. Cool. I do apologize in advance if I do talk. Well, I'm just going to switch out the mic. Doesn't really matter. So let's do one more set. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring up the back pressure numbers, and then we're going to talk about Hunter Knvs and Doug the Thug. So currently have, what the hell? What? Ouch. Okay, there we go. Okay, 45 pounds, and I'm going to add a 25. So 45, 55, 65, 70 pounds on currently for back pressure. Come on. There we go. There we go, dude. Should be fine there. Let's bring this up. And I hope the exposure on the camera isn't too too wild right now. So let's get this set done. 70 pounds. Just get a couple reps in. All right. Let's get that high position. As you can see too, the cable is literally parallel to my hand. It's going straight across. So it's not on an angle. It's not coming from up. It's coming from directly straight across. Which, you know what? That might actually be the best way to do this exercise. Okay, here we go. So I'll lift my body up. Hands nice and straight up top. What's that? What is this, bruh? Okay. Woo! You guys probably see this looking easy from me being like very static and not moving too much. But I'm gonna close this, sorry. But it's extremely difficult. I'm also gonna mute my computer here. Where's the mute button? Do not disturb. Hopefully my girlfriend doesn't see this because it's her that's trying to talk to me right now. I don't even know if I can I even do left hand? 70 pounds? Okay, so just leaning back I can, but can I do it the other way? Okay, not today. I'm not even gonna try it for today. Whew, my God, I'm itchy, dude. So the next match, Hunter Knvs and Doug Ehrlich. Whoa, Ehrlich. Whew. Let's see what I can recall from this match, because this one I remember. Let's see if I turn it this way. So Hunter wins 3-1. I think in this match, Hunter was, I'm gonna turn this. I think people were hoping Hunter won, but they were expecting Doug to win. And Hunter came out of the gates and he just dominated. A lot of hype behind this match. You know, two guys from the US. I remember Hunter just running over Doug. Like just running him over. If I recall properly, the match happened a couple days ago, but I'm pretty sure the match went into an extremely deep hook, and Hunter, the moment he realized he stopped Doug, he just stared at him, and then eventually just got the pins. So Hunter wins 3-1, and I don't remember, I mean, you guys can quote me, and listen, I could have easily went on before this and rewatched all the matches, which take 4 hours, and then properly come on here and do an analysis. If you guys want an analysis, this isn't the place to do it, at least as of now. But from what I recall, Hunter dominated Doug, yeah. Okay, let me do a set, and then we're gonna get into the Travis Beija versus Corey West left arm, because this is extremely interesting. And you know what, let's do one more. Let's just do one more back pressure. And let's do right hand. I'm only gonna do right hand on this one. I'm gonna add some weight because I am so strong on my right hand. So we currently have 70 pounds, and I'm going to add another 10 pounds. So 10 pounds here. So now we're dealing with 80 pounds. Check the mic. Man. Okay. I'm going to have to stop the video because I'm gonna have to check the mic. So give me a sec, I gotta make sure this is actually playing. Okay, so apparently the mic is working. I had to, yeah, I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, so we have 80 pounds on. Let's see if I can, let's just see right hand, what I can do. And I do see it's fairly white here, so I'm actually gonna close this. Does this help? Does this help? Are we good here? Are we good? Let's try this. I would turn the light on, but with it being very yellow, no bueno. Okay, so right hand, through the palm, vertically up. I'm gonna try to just like Travis Beija style this, lean up and try to pull back. See what happens. Woo! Triple? Does a triple count? Woo, my God. My brachialis is on fire. I'm gonna turn this as well. Okay, let's get into this match. So Travis Beija and the Gorilla, best left arm. Going into this matchup, I had, well, you see, it's catch-23 because I had Travis originally winning when the match first got announced. But then as I thought about it, when you look at someone like, why am I losing his name? I call him the Gorilla. Corey West. A guy who trains with Michael Todd. And every time I see a video of these guys training, I mean, Corey West is just looking more and more like an absolute freak. We all know how big Corey West is. We all know how strong he is. But for some reason, when I originally made the predictions video, do we have any plans for the weekend? Okay, me so sorry. Anyways, so when I originally made the predictions video, I had Travis winning just because we all know how dominant Travis is left hand. Right hand, I was like, yeah, I don't know. But I just had Travis winning. Also a big Travis Beija hype fan, just because, well, Travis is one of the OGs, at least for me, in arm wrestling. Because when I started watching arm wrestling, it was Travis, Devin. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I had Travis winning, but then as the match got a little bit closer, part of me was like, I want Travis to win, but you're going up against someone who's very big, very strong, at the top of the top when it comes to strength and just the sport in general. And so I still had Travis winning, but after I watched the first match, I was like, there's zero chance. Travis I'm gonna use my right arm, but let's just pretend like it's my left. So he comes up, Travis lines up like usual, fighting for position, hyping up the crowd, doing what he has to do. And as soon as the match starts, Travis goes for his hit, and he gets caught here, and then Corey West essentially just cups him in and then drags. Why am I getting so many people contacting me? Okay, I'm dropping this here. So anyways, yeah, Corey West stops him, cup, and then when that's over, just side pressure, and then made it look like he was doing a workout. And soon as I saw that, I was like, there's zero chance, man, that Travis is gonna win. And what do you think happens in the second match? Travis fighting. They go to the strap again, and it's the same thing, man. Travis goes for that high top post side pressure hit, zero. So Corey West dominates, and I'm talking dominates Travis Beija, and I think that was a little bit of a wake-up call to Travis to show how much the arm wrestling world has evolved, where it's headed, and how much work he actually has to put in. Because even though Travis is at the top, well, he's up there. He's not where we assumed he could possibly be. So Travis does need some work, but it will be curious to see what happens moving forward, because when you have someone like Corey West, wouldn't it be kind of cool to see him and LeVon one day? Far reach, maybe. Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, you know, Corey West is a dominant, I think he's a dominant right arm puller. So, yeah, we'll see. Why am I getting all these texts? Stop it. Okay. I'm gonna put this, I'm throwing this on sleep here. Do not disturb. Okay, cool. And I'm shutting my computer. It's driving me freaking bonkers. Okay, let's get going with the next match. And I'm also gonna switch up the exercise. Next we have Paul Talbot and Cedric Veg. Yeah. Don't, like I said, don't use me for my terminology or my speaking. I'm a no bueno kind of guy. Let's get some proteins in me here. I just need this so bad. Nothing left there. Okay. After this set, I'm put some protein in my shake cup. Let's do a double handle. So we're gonna go with the Omega Strength Obsession handle. And we're going for some forearm cupping. All right, next match. Paul Talbot, Sedon V. I screwed that up. 100%, not even a question. 100. Just shit on me, blow up me at the comments. In the comments. Wasn't this match the Armenian versus the States dude, Paul Talbot? What do I left arm and what's his face? I can't say his name properly right now. Wins 3-0. I think this was a dominant win, and I think it was also by hook as well. I do feel bad. I should have actually looked this one up. I'm pretty sure this was a deep hook kind of match, and possibly top roll as well. So I'm going to skip this one, but Paul Talbot loses 3-0. Dominant win. I do recall a little bit of the match. I think it was by hook. Anyways, next match. Matt Mask and Lars Harbarbican. Well, going into this matchup, I'm going to take this off. Going into this matchup, these guys have had a feud. I don't remember exactly when these guys had competed. I think it was like legitimately 2015 or 20, like this, we're talking like it's been a minute. Like it's been an absolute minute. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put myself more statically. Let's get some blood flow to start here. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so these guys have had feud. And I think, I'm actually gonna look this up because I'm pretty sure that at the time, Lars had won. Let's do Matt Mask. Let's just look this up quickly. Matt Mask versus Lars. Let's see. I'm not going to go down this. But I'm pretty sure that Mask had lost. Okay. So Matt had, that's kind of confirmation. Matt had lost the first time. The thing is, and it's pretty obvious, Mask is, well, a little bit more dominant when it comes to top roll, higher leverage. Lars, a little bit of he's not small, but he's a little bit smaller in relativity to Mask. But Lars has a little bit more options. He can hook, he can top roll, he can press, he can transition very well. Whereas as someone like Mask, you're going to either get him to catch, drag out, pull, because he has so much pressure and strength and leverage in his forearm and hand. And Mask is obviously not known as someone who can hook. But the match, you know, this was supposed to be a little bit of a closer match than what it was, but right out of the gate, there was essentially no competition for Mask. At some point, Lars did get a pin on Mask, but at the end of the day, it wasn't close. And I think these dudes are on just a little bit slightly different levels. It was obviously nice to see Mask win as a Canadian like myself, but I don't really know if that match should have actually happened looking back on it. The next match, we have Justin Bishop and Yanis Amalin. Man, I'm excited to talk about this one. We're gonna go a little bit into depth here. Let's get a good set in, get some protein, and then we're actually going to dive into this because that match was wild, dude. Okay, 80 pounds, here we go. I'm gonna do a little bit of static here. Try to keep my hands a lot cupped in. Woo! Okay, let's get some proteins in here. Get some water. Get some water. Iced water for the win, let's go. Man, I'm hungry. I am hungry. You have to really dilute your protein when you're putting water in, because if not, it's like it doesn't filter properly in your body. And at least for myself, I get major stomach pain if it's not well diluted. So we're gonna dump in some protein. The protein I have here, it's a whey isolate from Almax, flavor cookies and cream. It sounds beautiful, it sounds like cookies and rainbows, literally. But it's okay, it's not bad. You can't be taking protein or any supplements and expect them to taste extremely good. You kind of find out with time, they all kind of suck in a way, but some are just better than others. And my girlfriend's gonna kill me, but I'm throwing all that on the ground. Actually, I might even vacuum that up before I leave. Okay, so Justin Bishop and Yanis Amalin. Justin Bishop, the Alabama Bull, against Yanis, the Latvian champion over there. You know what I found out this weekend? Yanis Amalin, at least from my understanding, at that level, is one, if not the only, completely natural competitor. And as we say this, I'm going to switch out the battery because it's apparently gonna die. Give me a sec. Okay, we working? Let's go. I have to check the exposure, make sure we good. Cool, let's just pretend like this works. Yeah, so Yanis Amalin, Justin Bishop, and the first two matches, it looked like Yanis was going to lose. He was down 2-0. And is that doing it again? One sec. No, we good. Yeah, so Yanis Amalin was down 2-0. Talbot had a lot of leverage on him, was dominating pretty well, more from a hook style. But guess what happens? The tides turn. Yanis Amalin comes back to win 3-2, but he did it in fashion. So Justin Bishop comes in, deep hook, drags Yanis out. And then eventually, Yanis catches him, and this is where we can obviously see that Yanis has a lot more leverage. Not so much leverage like endurance, but like mental technicality when it comes to arm wrestling just in general. The match starts where Justin Bishop straight side pressure comes in and hits, and then Yanis turns his body just a little bit and drops down in a low hand, just like, I'm gonna move over, just like this, and just locks him and holds him there. And all of a sudden, Justin is just sitting here putting so much pressure. Well, what do you think happens when you have a low hand? Your hand, Justin's pinky, started to open up just a little bit. He gains leverage, and then all of a sudden, it turns around, and then Yanis wins by low hand top roll. 3 matches in a row, an absolute war. And Yanis comes back to win 3-2. Like, you couldn't paint a more perfect picture. I mean, it sucks for Team West, but pretty cool for Team East. And Yanis put on an absolute show. If you guys haven't seen that matchup, honestly, in my opinion, that's one of the best matches of the night. And I really, really suggest you take a look at it. Okay, this is good. So yeah, Yanis wins 3-0. Sorry, 3-2. In an absolute war, and we're talking a close fight. Yanis just has so much endurance. You could see at the end, Justin is just sweating. Yanis is sweating. The tides slowly turn. First, as soon as Yanis gets the stoppage, and then he comes back and wins. Now it's 2-1. Then it's the exact same thing. Stops him low hand. He's in this weird like side pressure, low bicep, low hand top roll position, and then eventually just curls up and then comes over. Wild. Yeah, it was a really good matchup. Next matchup, we have Frank Lamparelli versus Dave Chaffy. Let's do a set and we will get into it. I'm gonna have to add some more weight on this one. Woo. Oh my God. Okay, let's add some weight and we'll get into it. So we currently have, I believe 80 pounds. I'm gonna throw in a 15 pound because that's all I have left. So 15 pounds coming in. Turn this out, put that there. So 80, we are currently gonna be ripping a 15. You can see 15 pounds. And when you're doing a double hand, It's not too difficult. Single hand, I probably could not do this, not to save my life. Okay, so Frank Lamparelli versus Dave Chaffy. Interesting matchup. I originally had Dave Chaffy winning this match. I thought it was going to be very close. Frank Lamparelli with so many tools in his bag. He can hook, he can top roll, he can press, he's fast, he's technical. But the strength of Dave Chaffy's hand and side pressure, a little bit too much. Dave Chaffy wins 3-0. And it is kind of nice to see in a way, because Dave Chaffy, he's had a couple losses recently. So to see him start climbing again, it's super cool. And I truly think if Dave Chaffy's interesting because he, in my opinion, is one of few people whose ceiling can be much higher. He's just so big and strong. And at some point, I really saw him going up against Levon. Like that's how I thought he was, but he kind of proved us a little bit wrong there. However, Dave Chaffy's hand and side pressure are something, and obviously he's a little good inside, I would say, to say the least. So, pretty wild. Okay, what do we have next? Artem Taranenko versus Tertis. Yeah, and as I see this, I'm just gonna quickly lighten up the exposure here. That way? Nope, the other way. Mic good? We rolling? Okay, we cool. I do apologize, I gotta keep doing a mic check because if it cuts out, I'm gonna be talking for nothing. But yeah, Artem Taranenko versus Tertis. Well, where is Tertis from? I forgot. Is he from, what's Lithuania? And he's also a much smaller person than, yeah, look, he's a 168 pounder versus Artem Taranenko at 220. Artem's a little bit heavier than me, and I am fairly heavier than 168 pounds. So Tertis legitimately just dominated Taranenko in any way. Hook, top roll, in deep. It wasn't a close match. And looking back on it, that's a match that should have never happened. I'm gonna close this. That should be a little bit better. It should have just never happened. Tertis, man, world champ, national champ, extremely high level. Whoa. But yeah, just a match, in my opinion, that should have never happened. Tertis is just way too good, way too strong, way too technical. And Artem has also been on a losing streak. So, very interesting. Craig Tullier versus Tom Holland. Craig Tullier wins 3-0. This is interesting. Craig Tullier, the more experienced, heavier aged, puller at 51 years old. What an absolute legend, coming in at 186 pounds versus Tom Holland at 171. At least this is what Gold Arms is telling me. Or Gold's Arm, sorry. Pretty fascinating match. Tom Holland had absolutely nothing. The side pressure of Craig Tullier was just a little bit too much. So we can bring this in a little closer. And I'll also drop this just slightly. This should be a little bit better. But yeah, the side pressure, the hand, way too fast. Like this match, and this reminds me of a match I had in Vegas. I competed in Vegas earlier this year, March. We're gonna switch the handle up here. Yeah, I competed in March, and there was I wish I knew the name of the guy, but I had no idea who he was. Older man, probably in his early 50s, to say the least. Big cowboy jeans, just like jeans that start like this, and they end like widespread. And come up, and as soon as I felt this guy's pressure, like his internal rotation side was just so good. And then his squeezing like Travis Beija pressure. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to be so quick and try to roll out. But the guy literally just flash pinned me to the side and then drove in. And I literally had like this much chance of winning, like this much. This is what the Tom Holland Craig Tullier matchup reminded me of. Craig Tullier comes in, 1, 2, 3, bang, full on speed, just pin, and just wild, dude, just wild. Okay, next handle. Let's do the I'm gonna have to lower some weight off on this one. Let's do the, okay, let's do this. We're going to do the Omega Strength Obsession wrist wrench. And I really have to lower the weight on this. Let's see. Let's just make sure that that's good. I don't have my computer open. Oh, geez, we taking off, bruh. We taking off, bruh. I apologize. I'm a stock kind of guy, and I'm seeing something interesting. No. Don't be doing this, man. Wild. Okay, I'm gonna leave this open so I can keep an eye on it. Anyways, so I gotta lower the weight. There's no way I'm doing almost 100 pounds of this. If you ever see me do this much weight on this, I'm probably gonna beat Craig Tooley. Okay, 15 pounds coming off. Boom. 10 pounds coming off. 25 pounds coming off. I don't even know if I can do 45, to be honest. Let's try 45. 45. This is why I need a chalkboard or something I can mark the numbers on here, so I can at least pay attention to that a little bit more. Okay, let's try this. We're gonna try with 45 pounds. I gotta be a little careful. My side pressure, the internal is gonna be a little harder. Woo! Okay, wild. Oh yeah, it feels so good. I can't believe I can do 45 pounds. Woo! The side pressure. Okay, let me double check the mic. And this is the last time I film a video where I feel like the mic is the mic's being wacky. Okay. So, next matchup we have, Devin Larratt and Chance Shaw. Man, what are we doing here? Okay, let's get on with it. So Devin wins 3-1. Yes, Devin has a loss. Devin has a loss, and you know, it's the way you would expect. It's by foul. Is it by, yeah, Devin wins by foul. That's a thing, right? Let me close this one down too. Boom. I think this one is self-explanatory. I'm not gonna speak too much on it, as I'm sure you guys have seen. I'm making sure the exposure is good here. No. As I'm sure you guys have seen more than enough footage of it. But Devin, all you need to know is Devin dominates. Made Chance look really easy, even though Chance did get some stops on him. All matches went to the strap. Devin did what he wants, all the talking, the yakking. I literally do not need to explain, it's self-explanatory. Devin comes in, he presses in Chance, comes in, hooks, drags him in, and then toys a little bit with the hand. Chance did get a stoppage though, up high here, and then eventually Devin took over. But I mean, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Everybody knows how that match went. And we good here? Okay, cool. How's this doing? Oh yeah, dude, we taking off on this stock. Let's go. Next matchup. Michael Todd and Kamil Jablonsky. Woo! Okay, let me do a set of this. I'm actually gonna time this. Let's let me. I do apologize. If you're wondering what the hell I'm doing and why I'm not sitting here talking to a camera, I'm invested in a stock and it's doing well, and I always have it playing. And if you see how kind of obsessed I am a little bit, I'm not going to show you any details because I'm not no financial advisor, but I have some stuff going on here, very interesting to me. And yeah, so we have Michael Todd, Camille Jablonsky, right to it. Man, Michael Todd surprised the hell out of me, but I think he surprised the hell out of everybody. The fact that what Michael Todd has done since his comeback, if that's what you want to say, since his injury, is pretty remarkable. To get into the match, he stopped the world's best presser, in my opinion, excluding Jerry Catterat. Literally by, we're talking millimeters from a pad and just holding. And you have a man by the name of Camille Jablonsky sitting on that tricep, sitting on the shoulder and arm, literally making sounds, trying to drive forward. And Michael Todd is sitting cool, calm, collected, right over here. And he looks so strong. He looks so built. And to come back and win 3-0, 3-0 is absolutely wild. And to see, and the way it finished, man, was so cool. Michael at the end, the last match, Michael's in a position like this, and he did what like John Brzezinski, which we're getting to, a complete transition, comes in, drives, flash presses Camille Jablonsky. Michael Todd is legitimately one of the best, if not the best, at full transitions, full speed. Like not slowly. We're talking like from this to like driving forward. So props to Michael Todd. I think he's inspiring a lot of people. And it's just, you don't even need to know who he's beat and what he's done. Just to see how he wins this matchup and the story that comes behind him, it is phenomenal. Next matchup, Paulin versus Rustam Babayev. And Paulin looked easy. Babayev just ran him over. The Ukrainian wasn't close. Paulin looked, I mean, and this is no respect to Paulin, but he did not look like he was in place there. We all know Paul is an absolute animal, super strong. I was fortunate enough to see him compete when I competed at Washington State 2022. But to see him get wrecked by Babayev, you know, I'm not that surprised, but I am surprised because these are extremely high-level athletes. Coming into the final 3 matches, let's do a set and we will, and we're gonna get into it. So we have 45 pounds, and I'm gonna stick with the 45 pounds. Whoa. I'm also gonna zoom us in here a little. I'm gonna zoom us in here a little. And the mic, is it working? I really hope so. Yeah, let's just pretend like it is. Cool. Next matchup, we have Todd Hutchins, Evgeny Prudnik. Todd Hutchins, what an absolute beast. Prudnik had nothing. Prudnik had nothing. I'm gonna do some side pressure here. Whoa. Ooh, that's some Todd Hutchins stuff right there. And I do see I look a little dark, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring this up just a little. And I think this is gonna help. Whew, how we doing here? Come on, dude. So yeah, Todd Hutchins, Evgeny Prudnik. Let's make this, that's fine. Wasn't really close. Prudnik looking good coming in. Todd Hutchins, run him over. Todd Hutchins top rolled Prudnik. Think of that. Todd Hutchins, instead of doing this crazy side pressure stuff that he's good at, he's like insane at doing, he legit hooked, somewhat pressed, and top rolled Prudnik. What is going on in this arm wrestling world? Like, this is crazy. There's not much to say. Todd Hutchins is impressing a lot of people. And to see him run through Prudnik, we're talking 3-0. Not 3-1, not 3-2, not right to the wire. We're talking like complete sheer dominance. And you could just see it in the footage. It's pretty wild. The last 2 matches, boy, oh boy. Yeah, so the second last match, we have John Brzezinski and Leonidas Arona. I'm actually gonna switch up the tool for this. Come on, I think I'm gonna try the Mr. Devon cupping tool with 45 pounds. 45 pounds. And let's see how this does. So, quick backstory. Originally when the match got announced, I was pretty set on Leiens dominating John. I truly thought that John was going to lose. And my biggest indicator was one, age for John, but two, what Leiens did to Schoolboy. I was extremely impressed, excuse me, which I'm assuming a lot of you guys were, if not all of you were, as Schoolboy is extremely high level, considering he's much younger, very new to this. He's not new, he's not very new, but if we're talking experiencing compared to John, obviously extremely new. But Schoolboy, world class, you know, he's headed for the top 8, very high level arm wrestler, and Leiens just ran him over finally. It was a close match, but then he ran him over. So going into this match, I had Leiens dominating John. Yes, dominating. Oh yeah, 45 pounds, Mr. Devon cupping tool, top pressure. Woo! Yeah, okay. But that's not how it went, man. The match came up, and as the match got closer, the more I heard Devon talking about if the well-prepared John Brzenk shows up, it's a nightmare matchup for Leiens. Now keep in mind, Leiens, he's still very new to this. A lot of experience, but he has been arguably the most rapid person on the upcline in the whole sport. And the sport's becoming very big, like very big. So to have someone at the stature of Devon say this, it's pretty phenomenal. But then as soon as the interviews happen right before the matches, right when I saw the interview between Leiens and John actually saying, I took this very seriously. I took like a very well prep for this, and I'm coming in at my absolute best. That's when it kind of hit me, and I was like, you know what? We might have a problem here for Leiens. Well, so what we see, complete dominance from John Brzenk. And you know what? As much as I want to be surprised, I'm not surprised. John, being the GOAT, I mean, if you ever even get the chance to pull against him in any setting, it's an honor. But he did everything. He top rolled, he hooked, he even pressed. He pressed Arona, and he did it in a flop press. Like, we're talking full Jerry Catterat, Camille Jablonsky style. It's amazing, man. And even post-match, he was making jokes saying he didn't even think he could flop press. But to come in and flop press Leiens, Arona, the stud, the old bodybuilder stud from Germany at an extremely high level, it's crazy. So what happens from here now? I don't know, man. Like, Johnny's 60 years old. 60 years old. Yeah. And I think this is going to lead us into the final match. Let's do another set. So I've started to try to integrate the multi-spinner a lot more often into my workouts, and the biggest reason is I am, relative to my body size composition, I'm relatively strong, but I'm not really strong in the strap. I would like to think I am. I'm definitely am versus weaker opponents, but you do realize as you start to go up in the arm wrestling game that you kind of need to be good everywhere, and unfortunately, I'm not really strong in the strap, so it's something I have started to really to integrate for strap work. And this leads us into the final match, man. Right arm, main event, Jerry Catterat, Alex Kurdetcha. Yeah, this is interesting. I want to switch up the exercise. I'm just going to do this, man. And I'll add in some bands at the same time. Okay, I guess let's just get into it. So Alex Kurdetcha and Jerry Catterat. Going into this matchup, I had mixed feelings. We all know how these opponents are. Alex Kurdetcha, crazy posting, somewhat of like he's not low hand, he's like a high hand top roll, back pressure kind of guy. A lot of leverage, just being so tall and big. And then you have Jerry Catterat, who you could argue is the best presser currently on the planet with Jablonsky. it's like who's gonna win a match when you have an extremely high level top roller with so much leverage, so much weight, so much speed, versus someone who just all he needs is just a slight angle into a press, and it's nearly impossible to get out. Going into this matchup, it's kind of similar to the John Brzenk Leonidas Arcona story. When the match first got announced, I had Alex Kardeccia winning all day. I was like, dude, there's something in Poland right now. There's something over there that's just boiling. When you get beasts, like world-class athletes, like these freaks who just have so much dominance on the hand and so much dominance on the up pressure and pronation, and I know it's a little bit of a broad perspective, but I'm talking about people like Alex Kardeccia, who have some wins over some elite personnel. I was like, you know what? I think Kardeccia is just going to come here to North America and wipe whoever our best guy is he's going up against. But then as the match got closer, hearing Devin talk, and look, I'm not going to be a Devin fanboy. I've said what I said about Devin. I like the guy. He's the world's most famous arm wrestler for a reason, is extremely well respected. But as he was talking about Jerry Catterat, he was saying, it's extremely tough to gauge this matchup because you have someone like Jerry Catterat with an extremely high-level press, and if there's someone who could beat Levon, it might be either Camille or it might be Jerry, arguably Jerry, just because of the right hand. And after this matchup had happened, boy, oh boy, man, do we have an interesting topic. Jerry Catterat, an absolute stud, comes into this matchup and absolutely dominates. What more can you say? It wasn't really close. The match happens. Jerry comes in, just presses him each time. I mean, I genuinely don't really know what to say. The guy's an absolute animal. So, yeah, I guess that kind of, get some side pressure here. Get some side pressure. Man, I guess that kind of ends it there. What an absolute crazy event Engin was able to put on. East versus West 14. I did have some technical difficulties with the stream. I did email Core Sports. So apparently this is a thing where you'll be watching and then like somewhat towards the end, there's like a blackout of some sort. At least that's what happened to me. I had paused the video, I went to the grocery store, I came back, and when I got back, it just wouldn't load anymore. So I thought there was an issue there, but just receiving information back from Core Sports, and getting a couple comments. It's actually a rendering issue. It's something they do after each event. I don't know if they like take it down, but they render it so they can re-upload it in better quality. At least that's my understanding of this. But yeah, amazing job by Engin. East versus West 14's done. Orlando, Florida. What more could you ask for? And I was thinking of this recently. You know how far East versus West has come in these 14 events? Imagine when we hit like East versus West 100. That's crazy. Imagine just like it's extremely high level now. Just imagine in like a couple of years from now. Yeah, wild. So I'm gonna end it there. It's 1 o'clock, literally as we speak. Yeah, 1 o'clock. I gotta get going. I gotta get to go to work. I gotta eat some food. But if you guys like this type of stuff, if you guys like this type of video footage, training, overview, consider subscribing. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.